Happy Sunday, everybody! How are you? I'm doing awesome. Hopefully you have had an amazing week. Welcome to the Foundation Students Online Gathering. If you didn't know, we're a student ministry in Noonan, Georgia, and we can't get together because of COVID, so we hang out online every Sunday night. If you are new, hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to text at FSIBelong to 81010. It lets me know it's your first time here, and we have a JBL Charge 3 speaker that we give the chance. Everybody who's new gets a chance to win it. So if you text in, it lets me know you're new. You can spin this giant wheel, and you might be able to win a Charge 3. Hey, hopefully your time at home is still going well. You know, school is wrapped up. We're looking forward to summer getting started. But I don't know about you, ever since I have been at home a little more, I have found myself on my phone a lot more than I was before. You know, I'll just be sitting at home on my phone, and I don't know about you, but when I'm on my phone, I have a tendency to compare myself to other people. Does that happen to you, or is it just me? Am I the only person that does this? But I'll look at other people's lives on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and I'll just like start to compare myself, whether it's the way I look, the things that I have, the way that I dress, all these different things. And so I wanted to remind you of something that helps me when I get in these moments of doubting myself and who I am, when I begin to compare myself to other people based off what I see on a screen. In Psalms 138 verse 13, it says this. It says, "For you created my innermost beings. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful." My favorite part about that passage is when it says, hey, you knit me together inside of my mother's womb. Like, this is a crazy thought to think, hey, like while we were inside of our mom still, like God himself, the creator of the universe, the most powerful being in the world, was actually putting us together and like designing us and creating us, and we were fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about the precision and the importance of how something must be for God to spend time to knit it together, like that's a big statement. And so when I begin to compare myself to other people and what others have and how others look, I have to remind myself daily that, hey, you're important. And that you're not just an accident. You're not just, just like everybody else. God knit you together individually for a purpose and for a meaning, and you are important. Social media can be good and bad. It can be bad because we have a tendency to begin to compare ourselves while we're on it, but it also can just be good, right? It's entertaining, we can connect with each other, we can have friendships over it, and so instead of just focusing on the bad parts of social media, I wanted to spend some time on the good parts. I don't know about you, but there's an app that's called TikTok, and I spend too much time on TikTok. I will lay in bed and just watch it at night. And so what I thought would be fun is for us to sit down and invite you just to review some of my, Christian, and Robin's favorite TikToks together.
Welcome to our millennial TikTok review.
What are we doing? Are we really doing this?
So I haven't decided whether or not that this makes me successful or unsuccessful because I'm 29 and reviewing TikToks. So welcome, children, to our. But we figured we would take you on a journey of some of our favorite TikToks because it's fun, and if you're anything like me, Robin, and Christian, we lay in our beds and contemplate life and watch TikTok.
Yeah, we don't waste our time watching TikToks.
Not at all.
No.
So, we're just going to jump into it and watch some together.
Laugh along with us.
Look, watch how the fence explodes. Like, she doesn't just hit it.
Is that her her snoring?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if you just making the noise.
No. So she's trying to stab it without like. So she's trying not to miss it.
She definitely didn't miss it.
She definitely hit it. Did it
Have you ever
come
had
out
one
the
of those?
lid?
Like bubble tea or something?
Yeah.
The boba
Have you ever had one?
bubble?
No.
Yeah, you can get them at the place where Shelly likes soup.
Viet cuisine.
Oh
Oh my gosh, there's so much tape.
Oh.
I love it that this gets funnier the more times you watch it, because like he's like, hey, I'm gonna go through all this effort just so I can just like, hey, he's like,
Hey,
watch her like subtly. She's like, oh, I'm gonna try to get out. She's like, nope, this is the whole plan. I'm just gonna pour water on your face. That's it, and run away.
That could have been way worse.
That could have been way worse.
So I have this one liked because it reminds me of something that I would have done in high school with my friends on a Saturday at a playground.
Is that a pot?
Oh.
Just a trash can.
55-gallon barrel.
I love the ones where it cuts and you have no clue,
Like, what happens?
like how badly does his neck get broken or not get broken.
That's why they do it.
Yeah, that's like the trash can at the park.
There's a reason I'm not on a full ride scholarship for diving, is what it says.
Okay. What just happened?
I don't know. You gotta watch it again. It's like a backwards belly flop. I love that she's like full, like clearly at a competition.
Yeah, like
there's
everyone's
people everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's dead silent.
Also, I'm curious. Did they laugh?
Oh, 100%. How do you not laugh at that?
Yeah. That hurt my back.
Hold on a second.
Watch it again.
Yeah.
Hold
What a
up.
printer?
Listen to the song that's in the background. You know what song that is?
I believe I can fly.
That looks like one of those nets that you're supposed to put
Stuffed
stuffed animals in.
I think so.
Not
It is.
Not a person.
a
That's
high
not-
school
that's not a
girl.
hammock. I thought it cracked the window at first.
Where is she going? She goes what? She goes backwards. She gets hit and then she tries to get out that way. She's like,
How do I?
wait, where am I? Where?
How do I get out of here?
What?
Look at those people. They're like,
I want to know
where is your
where are your parents? And then the other thing is, did his parents send him across the street to film him?
To film this TikTok.
Or is this kid just on the corner and somebody pulls out their phone and he's just beating him up with spoons?
Some of the spoons. It's like Wolverine.
I don't know. My favorite is when he backs up against the lady.
Hey, waits for me.
He's like, watch out.
He's like, they won't see me.
Watch him. He's with this left one.
See. I like it. She's looking side to
That's-
side, and your parents are.
Who? Yeah, whose kid is this?
Ooh, I see you every night.
Wait, I
See you
Is the car smoking?
didn't even notice the eyes up there at first.
I love
Big googly
I
eyes.
love a good TikTok that took like hours of preparation. Like I don't know how this car has a cigar in its mouth. I don't know what it is. And
Where'd
is that
you buy that?
is that plates for eyeballs?
No, they sell big googly eyes like that.
see you every night.
I would have loved
Oh,
to
it's
have been
the
in the
cock.
conversations of like, you know what TikTok we should make?
Boom.
We should put some googly eyes on the windshield wipers,
Car.
And they're like,
and then we'll make it talk. I don't know.
and
I
put
thought
a
it was
cigar in there just for fun.
A for effort. A plus Mrs. Kiefer 2007 for your effort. We applaud you.
Interior Chevrolet alligator. Crocodile, I drive a movie theater. Interior Chevrolet alligator. Crocodile, I drive a movie theater. Interior
So I'm not hating on.
I didn't read this at first either.
You gotta
so
read
I was
it.
like, what is happening?
So I'm not like hating on anybody that reads the King James version, but I don't know about you. It's really hard
It's
for me
really
to read.
hard.
It sounds like somebody wrote it.
Read it.
Somebody had written it
Someone read it
in
wrong.
a different language, and it's just so true.
Did the Bible was
Alligator, crocodile, I drive a movie theater. Interior Chevrolet alligator,
that's not right.
crocodile, I drive a movie theater.
Oh man, that was good. That was good. Oh, Abby Lou _19. I applaud you too. Good fresh
Good,
Christian
wholesome content.
Oh, good fresh Christian TikToks. You know, I love all the Christian TikTokers out there, especially when they're funny. Abby Lou _19. We see you. Go follow Abby Lou _19. My dad, anytime there's construction on our street.
That's supervising.
Classic dad.
Classic
supervising.
dad.
Oh my god.
Another one. The
That one
effort.
took some work.
The effort. And how many times he jumped into that pool. Because you know,
jump.
because you know not every jump made it in.
Jesus Christ, Billy, what is it? I threw it out.
This isn't as funny to
Bad
y'all.
Again.
boys, though.
You haven't had kids, but this is so
Jesus
true.
Christ, Billy, what is it?
Oh, I did that all the time.
I threw it out.
We had a bunk bed growing up, and I was on the top bunk bed. I remember I woke up one night, and it was one of those, like, I'm not making it anywhere. And I just turned and just threw up off of the bunk bed, down the wall and the curtain.
Onto your brother. That girl looked like the Up House.
It's all like,
Let's try this.
Put it out the coupe at the lot. 20 for 12 for swat. Busting out the back.
I didn't do any parades, but if I do a parade,
That's what you're doing.
that's what I'm doing for sure.
You got a birthday,
Birthday
coming
parade!
At the lot. 20 for 12 for swat. Busting out the back.
This might be one of my favorites, and I doubt this person is the original post of this. It could be. If this one only got 20 the one here has 23 likes. If it's not the original one, or if it is the original one, I'm gonna be blown away because I laughed at this one for hours.
Oh! Golly. No. Oh!
Like those beams are so hard.
They're so like.
She bunny hops right in.
Oh man. She got a bump right now. I can see it. Like.
Grab my hand. Grab my hand. Now we wait. We wait for that.
Now we go. Keep holding my hand. Keep holding my hand. Keep moving. Keep your feet. Why is your hand sleeping?
Grab my hand. Grab my hand.
Grab my hand.
Now we
Christians
wait. We wait for that.
Now.
trusting God in quarantine,
Keep holding my
loneliness,
hand.
fear,
Keep holding my hand.
no job,
Keep moving.
Oh my
Keep
goodness.
your feet.
doubt,
Why is your hand
family issues.
That's agreement in the end.
Another good, wholesome
content.
Christian content.
Way to
You
go.
know, I'm all about it. Sarah, what is that? Why is everybody's TikTok names really weird?
Pootery. I think it's her last name.
Pootery?
Nailed it.
Oh no.
Good Sarah Pootery. That's not her name.
Pewtery. Pewtery.
Puteri. There we go.
Sarah Pewtery.
Sarah Puteri. Love the TikToks. Go give her a follow.
TikToks. Maybe she'll see this and tell us how to say her last name.
Still got shot. He's doing just fine for right now. I'm alright, y'all. They shot me, but I ain't dead, homie. Still got shot. He's doing just fine for right now. I'm alright, y'all. They shot me, but I ain't dead, homie. Who got
Oh
shot?
my gosh.
I love it. Those EMTs all for it. He's like, he got shot, but he's
This,
doing all
this
right.
dude's on Facebook Live.
This comment over here too, it says, "Thank God Ed Sheeran was there."
Thank God Ed
Thank
Sheeran was there
God.
to help him.
Ed Sheeran.
It
was
does
there
look like Ed
helping.
Sheeran.
Right.
He's got to look. Everybody's got to get side jobs now.
He's like a thrift
because
store Ed Sheeran. That boy. You don't look like Ed Sheeran.
Ever since I left the city, you.
Soldier boy,
Whoa.
Since I left the city, you.
Hey!
Ever since. Hit it, Fergie.
All the time I turn around, brothers gather around. Always looking at me up and down, looking at my.
Oh!
Hit it, Fergie.
That poor
All
dog.
the time I
Someone's
turn
like
around, brothers
holding the
gather
dog
around.
down
Always
under
looking
the
at me up
bed.
and
Like,
down, looking at my.
so that's a genuine reaction.
Oh my.
That's a genuine reaction from the dog because someone's holding
he's like,
He's
dog.
got it pinned down.
So we're watching the Super Bowl, and I hear these two just crying, and then I notice my dog has eyebrows.
That dog.
Oh man.
Look how small. Look,
He's so tiny.
Cover his mouth.
he done went into Choa
It's
and
up
stole
here.
a mask from a kid.
If life gives you a grape, what did you give it back? You keep the grape and make a grape juice. Boom! If life gives you a grape, what did you give it back?
Very creative TikTok.
You keep the grape and make a grape juice. Boom!
I don't.
If life gives you a grape, what
Why
did
is
you
life
give
giving
it
you
back?
grapes? What do the cards have to do with anything?
I don't know.
She got stuck in the washing machine. What is she doing? How do you get?
Bessie, like they had to come and oh my gosh, look at her whole family.
How do you get stuck in the Y'all, this is not what you do when you have a kitchen fire.
So this is a pot on fire.
No!
Don't put water on a grease fire. Just
Oh!
Oh my gosh, she's that bell.
oh,
Play it again. Play it
I
again.
love
Hold up.
VR.
Play it again.
So it's a virtual reality. He's got the
Yeah.
headset and the hand things.
Absolutely no
And
one.
he's doing the one in every video that people post of them doing VR is when you're on like the edge of the building.
Yeah. Go,
And so
play
he
it.
added a plank for like more effect.
Why does he jump?
Why
Because he
did
jumped
jump?
off the ledge. Have you ever
guess.
done VR?
No.
No.
He is in there. This is real life.
So he jumps and he smashed.
Hey, if you have a TikTok, make sure you put your username in the comments. That way I can follow you and look at your creativity. All right, I love to leave you a couple of likes. But TikTok is like my new favorite app. And so let's be TikTok friends. Let me add another layer to what we've been talking about today, our discussion. Not only do we have a tendency to take and use social media as a bad thing to compare it to each other, that's actually a trap that Satan wants us to fall into, right? Like, it's actually the opposite of what God desires and exactly what Satan would desire us to do while we're using social media. I mean, let that sink in for a second. When we begin to do that, when we begin to fall into that and let those thoughts of comparison and we feel disheartened and we feel like we're not good enough, that's exactly where Satan wants you. And anytime I realize I'm in a position that Satan wants me in, it gets me frustrated, and I want to do everything I can to get out of that and get right back to where God would have me to be. Because God says, hey, I knit you together, and you are good enough. So this week, it's a really simple challenge. And when you find yourself looking at other people's posts and comparing your physical appearance, man, would you hear God tell you that you are good enough? When you find yourself looking at how many likes somebody else has or how many comments, and you're like, man, nobody likes me, no one comments on my stuff, would you hear Jesus tell you that you are good enough? When you begin to desire and envy all the wealth and the money that other people have and flaunt on social media, or at least they act like they have. Let me say that again. They act like they have it. In those moments, would you hear God tell you that you are good enough? Probably the most important part of foundation students is the community we have. The time we get to spend together and hang out, talk about our lives, stay connected to God with each other so we can begin to, or continue to make our lives even better. So every week we do a Zoom call. Right? The Zoom call is probably the most important part of what we do for our weekly gatherings. If you have not been getting on our Zoom calls, you've been missing out. We play some games. We split up into small groups. Zoom's the app. Y'all know what Zoom is. Y'all had to use it for school all the time. And so here's the meeting ID. It's right here. Go ahead, hop onto Zoom, join us, hang out a little bit. We're going to spend some time playing some games, talking through life and building community. I know. Look, COVID's almost over. We will soon be back together. But right now, this is the only way we can hang out as a group. So as a group, let's do it. Hop onto Zoom. Again, meeting IDs right here. All your leaders will be there. All your friends are gonna be there. Let's hang out. We'll see you right now. Like right now, go type it in. Open up Zoom. While you're still watching this, you should already be at Zoom. I already told you what we're doing next, and you're gonna miss it. So if you're not there, you should do it. I'll give you like 2 more seconds, and you're still here. Stop watching. Literally, stop watching me. Stop watching this video, go to Zoom, put in the meeting ID, and then, hop on the Zoom call, all right? If you're still watching it, then you're hopeless. Even if you are still watching it, guess what? The meeting ID is still gonna be here. It's actually right here. Bye.